Tell somebody, mind your business. Look at somebody and say, mind your business and leave my business alone.
Well, it's that time again, y'all. Good afternoon and welcome to another episode of Mind Your Business Monday. I am your host, Travis.
And I am Arletha.
And this week's episode of Mind Your Business Monday is brought to you by On Point Alliance. Here at On Point Alliance, we provide identity-related solutions through a diversified scope of services, with fingerprinting and background screening being our primary services. So to learn more, visit us at onpointalliance.com.
And we want you to level up your week like a boss here with us at Mind Your Business Monday, your compass for entrepreneurial growth. So you can level up your skills by learning from entrepreneurs who have walked in your shoes, who wants to share their knowledge and wisdom in both personal and professional development. So regardless if you're just starting out or you already in the game, this is your compass towards success. So if you like how that sounds, please like, share, follow, and subscribe to all of our social media platforms. You can scan the barcode at the top of the screen.
All right, guys. So we hope that everybody is having a great Monday evening. Hope you had a great day. We thank you in advance for all those who have been over the weeks and months in this new season of Mind Your Business Monday, sharing our episodes with your friends and your family and business partners. And we appreciate you for doing that. So we're going to get ready to hop right in the topic on tonight. Woo, you ready to do this?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So tonight we're going to talk about what every business owner should know about, because it's very crucial in the business world, and that is financial literacy.
Mm-hmm.
So whether you're just starting out or you've been in the game for years, understanding your finances is key to your success. Okay, so today we're going to cover everything from the basics, to some useful strategies that even the experience can benefit from. So let's kick things off with the basics. Financial literacy starts with understanding the core elements: your income, your expenses, your assets, and your liabilities.
All right.
It's all about knowing where your money is coming from and where your money is going. Okay. So it's not just about keeping track of numbers. It's about making informed decisions. Okay. Can you afford that new piece of equipment right now? Should you hire more staff right now? Understanding your financial position is crucial in making these decisions. Okay. So Arletha, can you explain to us why financial statements are so important for business owners?
Man, it's like your GPS for your business. Okay, so you have your balance sheets, which shows your financial position.
Mm-hmm.
You have your income statement, which shows the profit and losses over a period of time.
Mm-hmm.
And then also your cash flow statement, which is all about the cash that's coming in and out of your business.
Okay, so we know that is critical information for any business owner to grasp. Now, how often should these statements be reviewed?
A real business owner, not nobody doing the side hustle. They're gonna be on top of these monthly just to maintain the health of their financials for their business. Okay, so most business owners that I meet, like they're at the beginning,
mm-hmm.
they feel like they don't need to do this because they haven't made a certain amount of money. Honestly, I didn't know how important it was when I first started because I didn't make money. I didn't think that spending money on these things
Right.
made much sense, but it does matter how you start. Okay. So, not having these statements at the beginning of your business, it causes you to miss out on crucial insights on your business, like your profitability, your cash flow issues, your assets and liability balances. It really can affect you. It doesn't allow you to plan ahead, plan for the future, so you can't make informed decisions. It doesn't allow you to prepare for financial downfalls that every single business experience. You have high times and slow times. What you gonna do, right?
Right.
Most of us new business owners, we want lending and loans, and we're looking into investments. Well, guess what? Those institutions, they want financial statements, right? So when you don't have them, you find yourself scrambling at the last minute, and in most instances having to forfeit opportunities. And then you got to step over into tax purposes. You get into all type of legal issues and penalties, and you don't want that just starting out. Okay, so don't get it twisted. Even Cash App, you receive, I think it's about
I think I
$600.
heard
Don't quote me
600.
on it.
I heard
They
600.
sending you a tax form. Okay,
Uncle
so
Sam.
yes, so it is very important, and because how can you budget without these documents? Guess what you're doing? Guessing. You wasting time, money, and resources. You have all these subscriptions that you didn't need. You paying for software that you don't use.
Right.
That you was, I'm guilty of all these things. Okay. I remember my first shed is what I'm gonna call it. Do you remember I got rid of $1,200 worth of
Man.
expenses that were not, I don't want to say they were not important, but I hadn't really utilized some of those subscriptions and memberships and things like that. And then it was some things that services that I was in the process of implementing that I didn't fully push at the time. So I got rid of all those $1,200 worth. And so it does hinder your growth and the ability for you to expand your business. And the last thing I would say is what I just mentioned: unchecked spending, insufficient cash reserve, and just financial instability.
So basically, while there may be some business owners who feel they don't need to manage their financial statements, the long-term risks and disadvantages can basically significantly affect their business.
Oh, absolutely. So effectively managing of the balance sheets, your income statements, and your cash flow is critical for sustained success and growth of any business. So I recommend you do these either on your own, get QuickBooks. There's so many software options out there, or hire a professional, because it takes the stress away from you, first of all. Secondly, you don't have to worry about being out of compliance with the government, right? And then you can focus on your business. You can focus on growing your business, So that's what I would say.
All right, so we are doing well. So now we what kind of recommendations are you giving out? Because the good thing about what I think about when we talk about this, we didn't have the past model. So I think about when you got these things, it was like, do we need all this right now? But it's like sometimes people, when they get into business, they have people that they're listening to who are saying, hey, you need to have this, you need to have this, and you feel like now we know that we didn't need all that stuff in the beginning. Good God, in the morning, $1,200 worth of stuff that's going out that we didn't need right now. So what recommendations do you
Well, I would say you want to have your budget, which is your financial plan, and then you have your forecasting. That's your ability to predict future income and expenses. So I always tell my mentees to know your numbers. Okay. So I know how much it costs for somebody to step into my office and for me to provide a service. I know how much it costs for me to be on the phone, just answering the phone saying, hi, thank you for calling On Point Alliance. How may I help you? So with that, I have to factor in, and this is just a few of the things, my supplies. I don't like cheap supplies. Okay. Equipment. I'm not a brand person, but I don't like the lowest on the totem pole
Right.
uh brand stuff, right? So you want something that works. A staff. I don't have a desire to have $10 an hour
Employees, right? Because
employees.
you're gonna get $10.
Now, I'm not talking about virtual assistants, they overseas, and $10 out, $4 an hour is a lot of money at the currency. So we're not talking about, I'm talking about someone physically coming into my office to work, or I just don't want cheap. I don't like cheap stuff. I just don't. My utilities and software. Um, I have to pay for automations. I have to pay for task managers. I have to pay for things like that. And when I understand how much each one of those resources is costing me, it lets me know how much I need to be charging my clients, right?
Right.
And then ultimately, based on how many clients I can serve and how much, when the money all adds out, and then the math is mathing, right?
Right.
Then I can set my projection so I know how much money my business should be making within a day, a week, for the month, quarterly, for the year, right? It lets me know how close or far, or did I surpass my projections, right? So
Right.
these balance statements, and your balance sheet, your income statement, and your cash flow, it actually does matter. Okay.
Right.
Tasha said, I'm in the midst of shredding right now and didn't look at it as a bad thing. Definitely will help in the short term and long term. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Because you can reallocate those funds to something else. Just think about it, $80 an hour on a subscription that you didn't really need could be an employee, a VA.
It's just true.
You if you look at it, you know what I'm saying, and it seemed like we need all these things because we had this big ideal and we're so ambitious, and we have this plan, and I'm going to do this, and you've been practicing for 3 months turned into 9 months. Next thing you know, you've been paying for that for a whole year and ain't used it. Right. So yes, you have to shed sometimes, step back, look at everything. If I tell myself, if I haven't used it in 3 months, then I start asking questions, why? And if it's not important now, when will this be important? And
Right.
is it one of the most important items?
Pass model. Gotta
Pass.
study. Gotta
Yep.
study.
So it's not about just budgeting. It's about strategically making financial decisions.
I like that, strategic financial decisions. That's a powerful concept. So how can business owners get better at this? That's what we need to know. How do we help them get better with this?
Well, by reviewing their budget regularly, understanding your spending habits, and I would say always looking to optimize your expenses. Again, there's so much technology options out there to help you do this. They're free templates. If you don't have access to someone to do this for you, there are resources out there. Okay, so again, I highly recommend you hire a professional. Reallocate those funds that you're shedding, reallocate those to a professional tax person, even if you just have them clean your books up and then you maintain it after that. You know what I'm saying? Right. So that would be my advice.
All right, then. So this has been some great information so far in this first half of the conversation about financial literacy. What we're going to do right now, we're going to pause and we're going to take a break to hear from our sponsors. But we also want to ask you guys at this moment, if you haven't shared, go ahead and share so other people can get in on this great information. And we will be right back.
Where we help our clients maintain the integrity of their identity through fingerprinting and background screening services. We offer a diversified scope of services covering everything from personal review, pre and post-employment. So regardless if you need background screening for a power of attorney, a certification or licensing in another state, or if you're a business owner looking to screen new applicants or monitor the criminal record of your current employees, we've got you covered.
We have established our reputation by earning our clients' trust through delivering accuracy and efficiency. We would love to be your preferred fingerprinting provider. To learn more about how our services can be your solutions, click the link below.
And we are back again for the next segment of this conversation about financial literacy. We're going to start with this question now. Well, not a question. We're going to dive into cash flow management.
All right.
Okay. Why is it a make or break aspect for business, cash flow management?
Well, effective cash flow management lets you know if you have enough cash to cover your obligations, right? Or are you able to make it to the end of the month? You know, it's about the timing of your inflows and outflows, managing your receivables efficiently, and just keeping a close eye on your payables.
Okay. So, any quick tips for improving cash flow? Because people didn't know how to get that money flowing.
Well, one thing that I think is common among small business owners, make sure your services and products are priced properly. Are you overcharging or undercharging? And most of the time, you're undercharging. And you are setting your prices based on your pockets versus the value of your service, based on your expertise, based on your business model. You're not pricing yourself properly. Second, I would say invoice properly. Consider your terms of agreement. Should you require a deposit, a larger deposit? Because a $25 deposit for certain types of services, I don't understand it. And should you be offering bi-weekly payments instead of monthly? You're allowing them to pay you monthly. When the month comes, they need more time, which puts you in a situation. So at first you was on that 30, you had a 30-day obligation. Now it turned into 45 days, right? So maybe require your clients to have to pay bi-weekly because you need to make sure you have enough cash coming in to get you to the end of the month.
Right.
All right. And then the last thing, follow up on overdue payments. You can't feel like you're being mean. You can't feel like you hounding anybody because the person agreed. They signed your contract. They agreed to your service. And in most instances, they sought you out, right? So I would set up automated payment reminders. Okay. Choose a software that controls your client's access. Because, baby, if it's something they need and then they try to log in and can't, guess what they're going to do? Call you. Then you can collect that good old payment. Right. And then if you know that you're a person that has a hard time telling the lady who got the 13 kids that she has to make a payment, get somebody else to do it. They're not being mean, but they're just doing their job, right?
They know how to, because some people have a problem. You know, they got a soft spot.
Yes. And then your clients know that you care about them. Baby, sometimes they will milk it. So delegate somebody else to collect those payments. Have somebody else placing the calls for the money. Take that $80 that you shedded, reallocate it to a VA just to make phone calls, right? And then last, I would say renegotiate some of your payment terms with your suppliers because you have been with them, been making on-time payments. You've been bringing them clients, steady business. Maybe they're willing to renegotiate y'all agreement. So those would be some things I would say that could help you manage those your cash.
Okay. Well, this has been some great information. This is time we take out to engage with some of our listeners.
Okay, look like we got some comments up there.
So we got well, I tell you what, you can see them, but you have to
let me
you
see.
have to go in.
See, yeah.
We got Rissa's here. Hey,
y'all.
Rissa. Hey, Lisa.
Lisa. Via Natasha.
You got great advice. Listen, y'all, this is something that a lot of times when you hear us talk about, or you hear people talk about not handling your business like a side hustle. And when you do that, that's a part of it too. You get in the habit where you know you're making money. So it's like you get caught up on the fact, well, I'm making money, but you got to manage that money. And it take in certain situations, some of them that we found out the hard way, you can't afford to not be in the know on what's like people when you make payments and they send certain companies will send, they say, well, we're going to send you an email receipt. You actually not just saying, oh, it went to my email. No, actually go and look at the receipt and make sure that you receive the receipt, and then keep record of the receipts, because later on down the road stuff will pop up and you'll be wondering, stuff can happen with your bank accounts, or you don't have a bank account no more and you're trying to get access to bank statements. You need to be able to do your due diligence, having access to it and actually going to it, not just letting people tell you, oh, I can just go on what you say, Cash App and check. You better know where your money going.
Yes. You know what's another one that I didn't mention? Most of my clients, I ask them, how much money do you want to make? Do you know? They can never answer. I couldn't answer it either until my business coach asked me. And most of the time, the amount of money you think you need, sometimes you don't, it's not that you needed that amount for exactly what you were trying to take care of. So I was told multiply it by 3. So if you think you need $100,000, really you need $350,000.
Right.
Because just think about it. If you think you need $50,000, that's to take care of something. You finna be right back at 0. Still gotta survive. Still gotta meet other obligations. So technically, you needed more than $50,000.
Right.
So you need to think about, how much money do I need to make, right? Excuse me. And in that, for my business, for me to be comfortable, for me to live, what an ideal day look like? What is an ideal day in my office? How do I want to, what type of culture amongst my team do I want to cultivate, right? Consider all those things. And I realized I needed a lot more money than I thought I needed, but not for the reasons I was anticipating needing them.
But you had somebody like Kadena who was knowledgeable, and it actually gave you something to think about. Because a lot of times you'd be thinking, well, I don't want to in the instance where you want to get along, well, I want to ask for too much. Like, really, is it asking for too much? Or is this like you not even understanding? This money is going to go for things, and it's not just all going to be profit. There are things that you got to pay for.
And it's not even about paying bills, because that's what my mind was on. I need this amount of money to pay bills. And it wasn't only about paying bills. And I learned that, so my business coach, she told me a story about a lady went to in front of an investor. They asked her how much money she needed. She said $1 million. They didn't give her the money because it showed instability. It was no way she was going to be successful with only $1 million. Wow. So she needed more, like $6 million. They were willing to write her a $10 million check.
Oh, Lord.
But she didn't know her numbers. Now, my business coach told her how much to ask for. She was uncomfortable asking for that amount of money. And when it was all said and done, she had to call my business coach back and was like, hey, this what happened. And she's like, I told you. So baby, you better know she was ready for that next opportunity as it came. As it came. So sometimes when you ask your price point is too low, that's not a good thing. We operate sometimes in where we are in real time and not where we're going. Right. So just know your numbers, and whatever you think it is, multiply that by 3. Now, for the record and a disclaimer, I am not a financial anything
guru.
These are things that I've just learned, and the basic bare essentials of things that were told to me that I implement. But no, in no way am I giving financial advice. I'm just telling you the advice I'm giving you is get a professional to help you plan and strategize. Because if you're a small business owner that think these things are not important because you haven't hit a certain revenue goal, don't look at it that way. Okay. So I will leave it there.
So we got a question from Rabia Hogans. She said, "What's the name for the individual that I can hire to clean up my books?"
You can hire you a CPA or get you a tax professional, and you could ask them. Sometimes they can make referrals. I don't want to start kicking out names because I cannot endorse a particular company at this moment, but you get you a good CPA, or and your tax person. Sometimes they can do those particular services, but I know a tax professional and a CPA is two different things. There is some controversy on what they can and can't do, but I don't get off into that. So I
Mhm.
will recommend starting at those two spots. I don't know. Oh, it's motion.
Is that what
Hold
it
on.
is?
Yeah. Turn the light on. Gotta turn the light on. Yeah,
Never done
we'll
that
be we'll
before.
be too still.
We never done that before.
I know.
Where was John when the lights went out?
Okay. All right. So that's what I would say. I think we got another.
Let's see. No, we don't have
Uh-huh.
another one.
Oh,
We don't
okay.
have
So
another
yeah, that's okay.
question. We don't have another question.
All right. And you can get QuickBooks. Now I say that because I think everybody know about QuickBooks. So QuickBooks to help you as well. And maybe you can talk to your bank as well and see if they have any resources or guidance that they can offer you. So I will stop there.
Okay.
Okay.
So we are ahead in our time. We're doing
Yes.
good. This is the time you think you want us to
Go
go ahead
ahead.
and
Let's
talk
just
about?
roll with it. Yep.
All right. So we're gonna have you guys to stay tuned again. We're gonna go ahead and check out the latest from Buzz Circuit, and we shall return. Precious MYB of merchandise, special guests, events, and even those fun behind the scenes. What's up, game changers? Ready to tap into the heartbeat of all things Mind Your Business Monday? Check out Buzz Circuit. It's your go-to hub for the latest announcements, including challenges, giveaways, the freshest MYB of merchandise, special guests, events, and even those fun behind-the-scene moments we just can't keep to ourselves. Want the full scoop? Don't miss the Buzz Circuit highlight video during our show. And for more buzzworthy updates, swing by our website, www.mybmlive.com. Think of it as your VIP pass to all the buzzworthy happenings in our world. Stay connected, stay informed, and always be the first to know. And we are back again. I think we had another question. This time is from Miss Natasha Pope. Did you say how soon a business bank account should be obtained?
I did not, but I would say in the beginning. So when you establish your when you go and register your business, you get your EIN, you get your DUNS number. That's the time to go ahead and set up your business account. I know as your business grow, some of the business transactions that you'll do, especially with trying to get loans and things like that, they look at the length of your bank account. So it's not even so much has to do with how much money is in it. From my experience, they just wanted to know how long had I had my bank account.
Mhm.
So I would say let that be one of those primary foundational pieces that you establish with your business. Any other questions before I bust out with this big announcement?
Do we
Hmm?
Oh, which one you want to do
Okay,
first?
so we can rock with it. We can rock. Y'all, I'm excited. I got to show y'all something. I'm so excited. We're going to skip. I got to show y'all this first. So y'all know we've been talking about our book, right? It is here.
Dun, 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 dun. Let me grab my copy as well. They are here.
160 pages.
They are here.
I am so
in the
excited.
flesh.
And she's so beautiful.
She really is.
And I mean, I could try to show y'all. I could try to hold this up. Y'all, it's not, the light ain't gonna let y'all see really the beauty of this book. But I don't know if y'all can see that.
Like,
and let me see. I'm trying not to rattle the pages in y'all ear. Let me see. So I got my chapter. And remember, I told y'all it got worksheet pages in there. And then I want to show y'all one more thing. Hold on, wait a minute. Page is sticking together because it's still new. It's still new. Hold on.
Long
Okay, there
time
you go.
coming. A lot of work went into this. A lot of
Yes, it
fighting,
is. Yes,
Lord.
it
A lot
is.
of fighting.
Lordy, good
Up
Lord.
all night.
There we go. So, Love Glazed barbecue ribs.
Got the entire recipe
Yes.
inside.
So, the first recipe, I'm the recipe, and that's telling you how to overcome invisibility. Overcoming invisibility. Let me get to it. Y'all, these pages sticking together. There we go. So this is the first recipe, and then it's the food recipe. So you can scan the barcode. So we're gonna go ahead and get this up for you all. You can scan the barcode to get your copy. When you scan the barcode, you're gonna see both of our covers. It really doesn't matter because our money goes to the same place. But if you want the book that has both of our pictures on the back, pick the one that has Travis on it. Okay. Because I'm the primary author in the book. So he's not on mine, but I'm on his.
So I am excited because I am speaking about overcoming codependency. And for anybody, for any and everybody who knows me, ever since I've been a little kid, I love sweet potatoes. Everybody, I love sweet potato pie. And so, of course, my recipe would be "'Tis so sweet potato pie." I love me some pies. This is a first for me, along with the other collaborators or the other authors as well. But I know this allowed it afforded me an opportunity to be able to share a little bit and transparency of my upbringing that really and truly explains a lot about who I am today and how I am today. So I look forward to you guys getting the book and reading my story of how the Lord brought me over, and He's still bringing me.
And just to give y'all a little insight, so we have Rabia Hogan's. Her chapter is called Upside Down, Chocolate Upside Down Cake. And it's like chocolate with strawberries and caramel and pecans on it. Overcoming the diagnosis.
Mhm.
Travis was overcoming codependency, as he just shared. You got Diane White, hot sauteed salad. She overcame obesity. You have Shalina Tinglin. Her recipe is Jamaican brown stew chicken, overcoming past trauma. You have Michael Evans, stuffed spicy chicken peppers. He overcame sex addiction. Deletta Lynn, seafood medley bowl, overcoming the loss of innocence. You have Charlotte Douglas, homemade lasagna, overcoming a sheltered childhood. And when I say they go into just how they made it and navigated through those times and those periods of their life and how they made it to where they are today is just phenomenal. So scan the barcode, get your copy ASAP. Oh, and then if you do, you get one of these cute little pins. I don't know if y'all can see it. Yep.
It's gold.
You get a pin and you have a bookmark over there,
I do
Travis.
and do.
And a bookmark. So you get a pin and a bookmark. Okay, I'm so excited about this. Last, you go there, you're going to be able to get, y'all remember her? Encourage, strengthen from within. This was my first project. I've gotten so many testimonies back on how this book has helped people walk through their deliverance. And this book challenges you to evaluate the issues of your heart, assess the perceptions, motives, and intentions of what you say you believe. It helps you renew your mind through the word of God and embrace the real you. You want to get a copy of this, you can get that on that same link. All right, all right, all right. So that was the big announcement, guys.
They are
So,
here.
like I do every week, anyone looking to start a low cost, hold on. Nope. We talking about the fingerprint boot camp. There we go. So you're looking for a low startup cost, something that's flexible, is self-paced. You want to be a solution. You want to add fingerprinting to your current businesses if you have them. If you have a notary business or a trucking service, fingerprinting is a good add-on service there.
Mhm.
So to learn more, you can go to onpointalliance.com, onpointalliance.com to learn about our fingerprinting boot camp. And then last, I want to invite you all to be, there we go. I want to invite you all to be our guest.
Be
Okay.
our guest. Be our
I
guest.
said every week that so many of us feel unsupported. We feel unheard. You have to be in an in crowd for anybody to share your post. They won't like it, but I don't know why they type congratulations. I don't know why they'll type congratulations when you ask them to share it or to buy something, right? Most of the time, you didn't even ask them to buy it. Just share the freaking post. So you come here, our community want to know what it is that you have to share with them. They're looking for your experience. They're looking for your firsthand boot to the ground insight on whatever your area of expertise is. So don't feel like because you haven't hit a certain level of what you perceive as success, that information and experience you have is a treasure and someone else's prayer just to know how to do what it is that you have figured out the hard way. You may not have had um coaches and mentors and all that. You didn't spent money on these courses and didn't really learn anything. It was stuff that you could have Googled, and once you got in the industry, you started learning things. You want to share that. You want to promote your business. Hey, JW.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my fingerprinting mentor.
What's up, sir?
Yeah, he gave me a really hard time when I first started. Um, Everything I turned in, he just kept saying it wasn't good enough. It wasn't good enough. I said, you know what? I'm gonna make sure my fingerprint's so good. All you can say is that the paper wasn't white enough and the ink wasn't dark enough. You will not say my card is not good. And y'all, I was able to shut him up. He think I don't know, but he was like, okay, and try to find something else wrong. So that's how I knew what I was doing, and I was doing a good job. And go, yeah, D- on everything. So I'm so glad you're here. You got me smiling, blushing. He like my brother. I love you, JW. And so, but yes, so come on the show, share your knowledge, share what you have to offer. Let us help you build your community and your leads by coming to share with us. And like, it's enough money out here for everybody. It's enough
This is
business
true.
out here for everybody. JW, he was the one when y'all hear me say, I don't compete, I dominate. I got that. I learned that from him. I don't focus on what everybody else is doing. Yes, you need to know what your competition is doing. You need to know what's the trend and what's the standard. However, you're going to set a new standard.
Right.
You're going to set a new trend. You're going to do you, right? So, hey, come on the show, share that. I can't stand big eyes and little U's. No, if you know something and it's an area that you figured out, look, give us the tea, all of the tea. All right. So you can scan that barcode to be a guest on our show while it's free. So, all right. So you can't say that after what if you've been following us, you cannot say you have nobody to support you and will share your business. Again, scan that barcode and be a guest on the show. All right. So I think that's all I have. What she said, I just got my copy. Sounds like so good. Oh, yes, it is a good Christmas gift. Tasha just bought several books that she's going to pass out for Christmas. And my goddaughter, she just had her wedding,
Last weekend.
last weekend.
Last Sunday.
And she used the Encourage book as gifts for the bridesmaids. So, yeah, that made me pretty happy.
That was a big deal.
Yes, it was a really big deal. So that's what I would have to say in regards to that. Be a guest on the show.
So we gave away some good information
Uh-huh.
on today. For you not to be a financial guru,
No, I am not.
you gave out some real good information. And again, we're just going to encourage everybody on here to be encouraged. Take a little time. There's a lot going on in the world right now. When you mentioned how JW would gave the thing about we don't compete, we dominate. And with me coming in me coming in to work in the business later on, my thing was at first it's like, okay, well, what are the other ones doing? Shouldn't we be doing this? And every time JW and Arletha would talk about going up on them prices. I'd be like, y'all ain't nobody gonna come here. I'm like, y'all, these people lose their mind. They keep on going up on these prices. Y'all, what are we doing? I'm telling you, after being in it and knowing the level of service that we provide, that's the reason why you can know what they're doing, but have your blinders on. Have your blinders on, and just keep doing you. Keep focusing on you, because you'll look up and you'll see that you're still running by yourself. You're still ahead of the game. But I'm telling y'all right now, I was like, I don't know what these two people cut from a different cloth. I'm just like,
listen, I used to be uncomfortable when he first helped me and I started set my prices. And the way JW do it, he'll be like, so how much are you charging for your ink cards? And I say a price, and he'll go like $10-$20 higher than what I just said. And I'm like, what? And then I'm like, well, the other people, he don't want to hear that. And when I started looking at I can't afford to charge $10. I don't know how anybody that's twerking to me. I'm not twerking. I'm not twerking for nobody. Okay. Work hard, shake it faster. Keep going. I don't know how they doing it when I have premium level rent.
Come on.
Like my rent ain't $200. Okay. I got real rent. I'm in a upscale area. I don't have cheap supplies. I have a whole business model. I didn't just, okay, we're going to do fingerprints and set up. We have an intake process that requires supplies. I got real trained technicians. I don't have volunteers that I'm not paying that I can give a stipend to, right? I started off with like free Wix. JW, you're going to outgrow it fast. You're going to outgrow it fast. So I started off with Wix, but guess what I did real fast? Outgrew it.
Yep.
And guess what I had to do? Spend money on a website that can handle what I needed it to do, because it didn't come with the features and the things that I needed at that time.
Right.
So now I got to start all the way over, get a website with more capabilities. When instead of trying to do free, okay, that was a $20-$30 monthly, a monthly subscription. But that was one of those things I'm going to be making the change quickly, right?
Right.
The policy fees are based on their budget. We have, yes, like some of these places. And I started telling my clients that when they start, why y'all prices? I called the police department and they charge $10, they charge $17. Yes, they have budgets. We have bills. Okay.
Two B's, but there's a big difference.
Yeah, and then come to find out, a lot of these organizations, their people are not even trained.
They are not.
They're not even trained. Some fingerprinting companies, they buy the device from a vendor, and guess what? They don't really teach them how to fingerprint. Ask me how I know, because a lot of them call me and want to ask questions. They want to pick my brain, which caused me to have a pick my brain consultation fee now, because that's how many people want to pick it. Okay. So it's like, no.
And some,
yes, the police has a budget. Yes.
Some police officers, have not been trained. How would I know? Because they've come here for whatever reason.
And they tell us,
hey, I've been doing this for 30 some years, man. I used to do this for 30 some years and I ain't seen no fingerprints like this. I didn't do it like this. And I'm like, well, what kind of training did you go through? They didn't train us to do that.
Yeah, they said that, like, if you know how when you go to training and there's a module that's they kind of fly through it. That was what was told to us on multiple occasions. So we're not saying that this is not a slight against the police department in any kind of way.
We're saying some.
However, this is what was told to us by law, some police officers that come here. So, and then there's a lot of volunteers that are providing those services at the police department, right? So we can't try to compete with that.
No,
we're not going to compete with that. So yeah. Oh, and the last thing, since we still have a few minutes, don't make desperate agreements. Some contracts are dumb.
They are, girls say that.
They're
I wasn't
goofy.
expecting that one, but
They're
yes.
goofy. Don't feel pressured because business has been slow and you think being part of this big situation that is going to do something. I'm telling you, when they want to undercut you and pay you $3 to for what you get paid
Right.
$122.25
Come on
for,
now.
I would rather do one
One person.
and eat popcorn and watch Netflix the rest of the day instead of having to do what 20.
Mm-hmm.
uh uh no.
No.
Mm-mm. No.
Mm-mm.
So don't devalue yourself by making goofy contractual agreements, and then you putting yourself in these long drawn out contracts, and guess what, they pay you how they want to, so you gotta wait to get paid. So guess what, your cash flow ain't right, so you barely making it to be able to provide the service, and now guess what, you are out of compliance of what you supposed to do because they haven't paid you. And I know anybody who has had to either deal with like a state situation or some of these large companies, you have to wait on your money. Go to the small fish keeps you fed. I had to
Yep.
learn that the hard way as well, trying to go after the big people when these small people, yeah, they may not have hundreds of people, but baby, you can count on those 10 a month
This
or
is true.
quarterly or however it is, because they need your service, because guess what, they trying to grow their business too. They not funded,
Right.
right? So that just came to my mind. Like you gotta keep all those things in mind.
Well, I just want to say that I've been delivered because I know that Arlita and JW knew what they were talking about. Because when I sat there and I was thinking, like, okay, let me do the math. If I just had to do this, you mean to tell me in order for me to make this amount of money, I would have to do 24 people at one price that some folk was thinking that we should charge? I would have to do 24 people in a day to make what I make off of one person in 20 minutes.
And guess
You
what?
got to be
And
crazy.
guess what's still gonna be a lot, the risk. Let's say those fingerprints reject and something happened and then they want to come out there and see you. Oh baby, they don't care if you paid $3. They don't even cover your insurance policy or your regular price. They don't care. You were standing, you were providing service to them, and some piece fell out the ceiling. Guess what they're gonna do? Sue you.
Right.
And guess what's gonna happen? You got to go to court. Now you got legal fees off that same service you spent. Got paid $3 that didn't cover your insurance policy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you got to think about things like that. So do not feel pressured into going into some dumb contract. Read. I got to sign a contract that if I decide that I just want to do something different, all of my clients got to stay with you for 3 years. Then I got to start over. Mm-mm. To me, that's goofy. Is people make those type of agreements all the time. I'm not doing that. I don't know how my business is gonna grow. I don't know what's gonna happen. Why would I want to start over and sign something that say all of my clients get to stay with you? No, thank
No,
you.
thank you.
So
But they're
anyway,
out there.
yeah.
I'm gonna say this for my fellow brother and sister believers out there. I don't care how difficult situations may seem right now. Do not allow what's happening right now and how things are looking right now
That's good.
to cause you to rush and make decisions about stuff that is not a faith originated decision.
That's good. That's good.
Things are looking rough for a lot of the saints.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just feeling led to say this. Don't allow this situation that is looking turbulent to cause you to start making some decisions that are not originated in faith. Without faith, it is impossible to please God. And he already let us know There were no promises that everything was going to be easy. Okay. But what he did let us know is that number one, he would never leave us or forsake us. If he didn't let us know anything else, that would be enough. But the other thing that we know is
Yes.
all things are working together
Mhm.
for the good of those that love God and are the called according to his purpose. So I know it seems rough right now. I know it feels turbulent. I know it seems like that you can't even see the light at the
Mhm.
other end of the tunnel.
One thing after another, after another,
One thing after
another.
after another. We walk by faith, not by sight. We walk by faith and not by sight. So I want to encourage you with that on tonight. Do not allow this turbulence to cause you to just start making decisions that are not faith originated. And as the Lord gave to Aletha, do not allow what you feel to override what you know. Okay? What you know, there's the saying is facts cannot override the truth, but the truth will override facts any day.
Yep.
Okay? Facts cannot override the truth, but the truth can override facts. Okay? So these are for my believers out there who we're all standing on God's word and believe in him. We're going to continue. We're going to continue to stand on his word. We're going to continue to believe him. Okay?
I want to give some insight. Facts. Yep, it's hard. Yep, the math is not mathing. Yep, you got all kind of disconnection letters. Yep, you're getting one bad report after another. But the truth of God's word is that he has an expected end. The truth is you did everything you're supposed to do. The truth is you know what you're doing. The truth is down in your spirit, you know that you're right where you're supposed to be. But all of the adversity that you're facing is trying to present otherwise.
Right.
So you stand on God's word, you stand on what you believe. So that's the truth. I know I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I know I'm smart enough. I know I'm worthy. I know I deserve to be here. I know whatever it is that you know because of who you know, right? Him, God. So you can't allow what you see. And yes, you got a bad report. Yes. If you don't do this within a certain amount of time, da, 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 da. Right. Yep. All of that's going on. And guess what? You still going to be all right.
Still going to be all right.
Still going to be all right. Ask me how I know. Y'all listen.
We know.
It is not easy carrying a mantle of entrepreneurship, just leadership, period. When I tell you getting faults left and right, left and right, left and right, and still smiling, still staying focused, still pressing, still swinging. I just refuse to stop swinging.
Right.
And I mean little goofy stuff. So don't feel like you by yourself. Why me? Why this happening to me? Because you looking at people on social media. You don't know what they dealing with.
Come on now.
And the truth is, it ain't your business what they dealing with. Just like it ain't their business what you dealing with, right? So just stay focused and pass, PASS, and pray. Pass and pray. Yeah.
Not to be confused with fast and pray.
Oh, you can throw that in there too.
Fast,
pass, and pray. All right. I'm going to make a shirt about that.
Listen, y'all. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like, follow, share, subscribe by scanning the barcode that is now at the top of the screen. I noticed it wasn't there for the duration of the show. Or go click the link in the description. We want you guys to know that growth doesn't have to be complicated. Sometimes it's just about seeing opportunities where others don't. Success is a journey, not a destination. So keep moving, keep learning, keep improving, and until next time, remember to mind
your business.
your business. We will see you guys on next Monday.
Yep.
Tell somebody, mind your business. Look at somebody and say, mind your business.